Yo, I guess Trippie Red claims that he created the whole Rage genre. And he posted on Twitter saying, without Mr. Rage and Grinch, half these niggas wouldn't have the Rage sound. And Trippie Red is low key speaking facts, but at the same time, I definitely feel like Uzi and Cardi are definitely more of the forefathers of the Rage sound. I do think Trippie Red definitely has a point though, because Mr. Rage, like the song is literally called Miss the Rage. So I definitely think he kind of started the Rage sound. And a lot of people don't really fully agree with that, but I definitely think he definitely started he definitely just started the Rage sound in my opinion. And like obviously, like who really started early on was probably Mad Ox, like especially his project called Ox with songs like Trident, Jet Lag, Right Around, You Dig, 0 Degrees, because a bunch of those people were like he was working with producer wise was definitely like, working on Dying, Filthy, and just a bunch of those working on Dying members. You know what I mean? So, and a lot of those producers ended up working with Yeet, Little Uzi Vert, Trippie Red, Playboy Cardi, and I definitely just feel like Cardi was probably low key inspired by Mad Ox, in my opinion. You know what I mean? But it honestly just started with a bunch of Trippie Red leaks that recently ended up leaking, which ended up leaking 2 days ago, and it was 19 tracks of him just kind of rapping over some rage type beats. And Trippie Red did drop the project Trip at Night, which was a full on rage project, and it was the first like rage project in my opinion that just really made the rage sound mainstream. He sold like 65K first week. He even got Drizzy Drake to hop on it, so it's just like he's definitely the forefather. But a lot of people were just kind of complaining and just making some tweets and just this negative energy towards Trippie Red in the sense of him apparently biting Playboy Cardi on one of the leaks where he did a very like low and deep voice over a rage beat. That sounded very similar to Playboy Cardi production wise and flow wise. Because recently Playboy Cardi started doing just switching up his sound to like a deep dark voice, kind of similar to Ken Carson, but a little bit different. He's almost like pitching down his vocals a little bit to make his voice deeper. And in that snippet, Trippie Red apparently or in the leak, Trippie Red apparently did the exact same thing. Just lowered the pitch of his voice and kind of did a very similar flow to Playboy Cardi. And Trippie Red in the past has definitely bit Playboy Cardi's style and shit like that, but I do think that Trippie Red really just made his own lane from the beginning, especially starting out like with emo rap, coming up with 6ix9ine, coming up with XX Tentacion and shit like that. So when people say that he's just biting a bunch of these artists, I think he's just showing that he can do every single style and stuff like that. Unfortunately, like emo rap is definitely just like fucking done, man, just straight up done. Because his most recent project, A Love Letter to You 5, I wasn't the biggest fan of, and a lot of people weren't the biggest fan either. And it only sold 30K first week. And previously, Trippie Red dropped another project this year called Mansion Music that sold 55K first week. And the Mansion Music project, I just liked way better. It was just way harder production and just slapped way more. And the Love Letter 2.5 was just back to the emo rap. Like, I'm not gonna even lie to you. Like, I couldn't even get through the whole project. It's like, I'm not trying to listen to some depressing music, you know what I mean? That's like some 2017, 2018 shit, but I gotta give him respect to going back to his sound. It's definitely just unfortunate that he didn't really receive the love that it deserved, even though it's not the type of music that I necessarily fuck with anymore. You know what I mean? But like Mansion Music, that shit was hard. It was kind of like his own different style of rage. And speaking of Cardi, Cardi was supposed to be on the intro track Mansion Music, doing the whole deep voice shit. And I think that's why some people were like, "Oh, Trippie Red is just biting the fuck out of Playboy Cardi with a super low voice and shit like that." You know what I mean? And Cardi's been going through so many different styles. He went to he started off as kind of sounding like Currency, then started sounding like Chief Keef, and then just kind of sounded like himself, just Cardi, with just a bunch of different ad libs, with just doing like one simple pocket and just having a bunch of ad libs all over. And then he switched up to the whole baby voice, the fetus sound and shit. And I wasn't the biggest fan of that, but it was kind of in the range of Dial It and a Whole Lot of Red version 1. But Mansion Music, that shit was super fire. And this project just got like way too much hate for no reason. Like, sure, some of the features on there were low key pretty trash and mid. Like, save an example, Little Baby on, I think it was Dark Brotherhood. No, I think it was Fully Loaded. It was Fully Loaded. That Little Baby just sounded so fucking trash, man. Like, he sounded like he just called in for the feature, got his bag, and just punched in super lazily. You know what I mean? The Nightcrawler track with Juice WRLD was super fire. Crazy Train featuring Travis Scott had so much potential. It was just like the mixing on the track just wasn't it. But pretty much every other track just went super hard. And I don't know, it's just super unfortunate that Trippie Redd's just getting so much hate, man. Like, he's like one of the last ones left from the whole SoundCloud generation. Like, we lost Smoke Perp just being, he just straight up fell off. Like, he only had, I think, like 20 people that showed up to his show, and at one point he was super huge. He was on the XXL freshman list. Little Pump was super big at one point. Ski Master Slump God was definitely it. He was super fire, but fortunately just stopped dropping music. Juice WRLD passed away. XX Tentacion passed away, so it's just like, fuck. Trippie Redd's like one of the only people left in the whole SoundCloud generation that's still killing it. But unfortunately, he's just been getting so much hate. And, you know, I just think he's speaking facts about Mr. Rage and the Grinch, just inspiring a lot of the rappers. I mean, I would say, like, right now, everybody's just inspired by Playboy Cardi. Probably 2021, I would say a lot of people were just rapping over those super intense sounding rage beats. You know what I mean? So, I think Trippie Redd just gets way too much fucking hate, man. Like, just way too much fucking hate.